What is up, YouTube? This is Rolly7002 back with another Pokemon battle. I do apologize, I've been away for a long time. I have been fairly busy with work. Even though I don't work at the place I was working at before, so for the past 8 months, work, and more work, and now I'm going back to study. But yeah, and I've had some personal circumstances that have been pretty hard. But let's forget about that and get straight into the match. I will lead off with Sableye and he'll lead off with Gyarados. I go for the taunt, all because I know he's wanting to probably start Dragon Dance. So the next logical thing to do is go for Will-O-Wisp, and he switches out to Roserade, so I'm like, it's better to burn something than burn nothing, especially since Will-O-Wisp will sometimes miss. So I'm like, let's go for another taunt, because he'll probably want to set up some spikes. As long as I do that, I have nothing to fear when it comes to spikes. I will go for Recover, because obviously it's Dreamworld. Sableye has a Prankster, so I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Especially if things don't have priority to go against Sableye. So I'll switch out to Espeon, because I know his taunt is going to end. He's probably going to want to set up some spikes. For whatever reason, there's a bug with Espeon's sprite disappearing. It's really weird. But despite that, I will set up both my screens, both Toxic, without Synchronize, but then again, I was like, I have Magic Bounce, so let's see what happens. Not the biggest deal to me in the bigger scheme of things, because this match gets pretty awesome later on in a way, you could say. It gets really stally. But I'll go out to Terrakion, set up a sub, and then set up a Swords Dance. I probably really should have gone for a Swords Dance 4 instead of sub, because Umbreon can't really do shit to me. So he will Whirlwind me out into my Latios, and he will switch into his Roserade. He'll take the T-Bolt, well, obviously because he resists it. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, he's gonna want to go for spikes. So I'm like, no, I still got Espeon around, sucked in. So I will get my screen back up, and he'll go for Giga Drain, and then obviously it'll kill me off. I go back out into Latios, and I set up a Carmine. So I'm like, I've got, defense boost thanks to Reflect and Carmine boost, and now I'll go for +2 Carmine boost, and he'll send in a Gyarados. I'm like, this thing ant's got shit on me. So he'll go for Ice Fang, but it'll miss. I probably should have gone for another Carmine in the bigger scheme of things. Then this game would have gone a lot quicker, as you'll see later. But he'll go into Umbreon and get poisoned by his own spikes. I'll go for Dragon Pulse and do something like 70-ish%, I think. But not enough to take it out, which is a bit unfortunate. Stupid bulky Umbreon. So he'll go into Roserade and absorb his own spikes. I'll go for a D-Pulse, but at this stage, I won't get taken out. There must be some form of bulkier Roserade, or have some form of weird EV investment to survive. But I take it out with a 2-hit KO. He'll go into this Azelf, which will go for Psyshock. I was predicting U-turn. Most of them like to carry U-turn, but here I will take myself out with Life Orb Recoil. But now I'll go into Braviary, and I'm like, I can go for either Retaliate or U-turn, and choose to go for the U-turn because he's probably going to switch into Skarmory. And Skarmory can resist my Retaliate. So I'll go into Sableye, and I'll go for Taunt just in case he wants to do anything stupid. But he'll go for a Brave Bird. And yeah, so at this stage he will switch, and I will, what will I do? I will Recover as he switches, and now I burn him. So I'm like, yes, because I didn't know that he was banded or D-Dance. So I'll just go for the burning effect, so he'll take me out with Outrage, and I'll just go into my Braviary and Retaliate, which will take him out. And then I'll switch, he goes in Skarmy, so I'll switch out to Chansey, and this is where things start to get really, really stally. And this battle will go on for 117 turns. It pretty much comes down to Chansey with Eviolite versus Skarm. And my Chansey has max HP, max defense with the Eviolite. So as you all probably well aware, this is going to be an interesting thing to see who can outstall, outwall, out PP stall. There's numerous names for the amount of stalling that happens here. It's just crazy shit. So all he pretty much has left, if you haven't been keeping tally, is this Skarm and Poison's Umbreon at red HP. So yeah, he can't really do a lot. He can whirlwind me out and get Stealth Rock's damage, yes, but he's just fighting a losing battle, because he'll whirlwind me out into Bravery, but since Bravery can't really do a lot of shit to Skarm, it won't really matter. I'll go for a Rock Slide just for the sake of getting some damage. Now I switch out back into Chansey, because I'm like, Chansey can take those Brave Birds all day long, son. Shofu impression. So yeah, I'll just go for Softball. I'm like, no biggie, I can recover all my HP. So what does it mean to me? But he'll whirlwind me out to Terrakion. So I'm like, back into Chansey I go. I'm like, no bitch, Chansey's gonna be taking your hits, whether you like it or not. So yeah, I get my HP back. He whirlwinds me out again into Terrakion. I'm like, bitch, that ain't working out for you at all. I'm like, oh, so now we've gone to Umbreon. I'll go for a Seismic Toss, which will just take it out. But before he dies, I'll go for Wish. So I'm like, okay, it's probably not the worst thing, because Umbreon was useless anyway. He can go for a Brave Bird directly afterwards and get HP back. But I'm like, nah, I got Protect, so your likely course of action will fail. But yeah, here's just pretty much, you can pretty much say that my last three guys are all targets for the Skarm. However, you could say that both Bravery and Terrakion end up being shells in the bigger scheme of things, or complete substitutes, because I know that he's trying to play the game of PP stalling, which anyone rarely does. But since we're so low on pokes and whatnot, I guess he figured he has nothing better to do but to try and win by stalling. I'm like, you really are a prick. I'm like, you are going to lose. I have a better wall than you left, and a Terrakion. So what could you possibly expect to do to kick my ass? He's like, no, I'm going to get, you know, he's like, oh, you're going to struggle first. You're going to run out of PP later on. But I'm like, no, son, you'll run out of PP first. I can guarantee you that. So, yep, I'll go for Protect. He'll go for Roost. Rah-da-rah-da-rah. Rah-da-rah-da-rah. Rah-dee fucking rah. Very repetitive. Very frustrating. Just give up. You will not outstall someone who has a significantly better wall than you, especially when I have Eviolite and have max HP and max defense. I can sit there and take hits all day and recover my own HP. So I'm like, oh gee. And you know, he was like nearing 60 turns, and now he's starting to coerce me into thinking that he's run out of you know, ammo for his moves. So I'm like, I'm not falling for that. I know you've probably got Roost and a few Brave Birds left. He's probably waiting in that case for me to switch into Terrakion. But I'm like, nope, I'm just going to take your attacks here all day long, because I know I can take them well. I'm like, you know, I'm like, you started this stall game, so I'm like, right, let's get into it. So now I go back into Terrakion. I can't remember if he whirlwinded me out or I switched out. Either way, I'm just doing stuff for the point of taking this thing down. I go for a Swords Dance. I know not to be too greedy with Swords Dance, because he's got Whirlwind. And I go for a Sacred Sword, but I take myself out with Life Orb Recoil. And if I didn't do that, he would have taken me out with he would have taken away my boost with Whirlwind anyway. So, yeah, not really the best of things. So now it comes down to Chansey versus Skarm. I'm just going to speed this up. So as you can see, he's trying to run out of ammo for all his moves, just so he can get down to struggle. And he's under the impression, because he's saying in the chat, he's like, no, you're going to get to struggle first. I'm like, no. And he's like, yes. So I'm like, fine, let's play till we get down to that point. So it pretty much becomes pretty bland. I'm just running out of my toxic and protect PP, more valuing the soft-boiled and seismic tosses I have left. And until I get to a point where I can see that he's not trying to Whirlwind, he's not trying to Stealth Rock, and after he's on a few Brave Birds, I'm like, right, I know I can win. Because eventually he will run out, and I can sit here and take his hits all day anyway, so it's not really the biggest problem to me in the world, because he doesn't resist Seismic Toss, and I can do 100 damage anyway. It's a good thing about Seismic Toss. Always hit something unless it's a ghost, and always does the same damage, so it's always a good thing. Toxic, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Toxic Rock, Stealth, Oxic. You can pretty much say, like, what else can we do while he stalls us out? Should we say, ye Chansey, go for thy Toxic, thy Skarm, go for thy Brave Bird, thy Skarm, go for thy Brave Bird again. Thou Chansey recovers his HP. Yeah, as you can see, I'm making a fail attempt of using Old English because there's pretty much nothing fun to narrate about. But on a side note, I probably will say that I am going to do my best to upload more. I've decided to go back and study my HSC because I want a crack at getting a university scholarship. So yeah, that's the main reason for me doing that. But gee, it's even watching this Chansey Skarm stall war just brings a big question to your head, like, why? I mean, in his case, he knows he can't do jack shit because I'm going to sit there and take all of his hits. I can't stress that enough. Oh, but thou Skarm, go for thy roost. Oh, I could do anything that comes to mind. Only me using Old English for fun comes to mind because I've just been studying Advanced English before recording this. Looking at very boring but interesting Shakespeare stuff. But I finally take out that Skarm. About damn time. But I'll finish it up here. But please do subscribe if you already haven't, and please keep an eye out on my channel for future videos, both Wi-Fi battles and Pokemon Online battles. Until next time, take care.